G'day guys, it's Jay here from U.D.C. I just want to bring up an important point, and that's about the alarming rise of home invasions in my country. And I'm not saying it's race-based or anything like that. It's the last example I'll use. I'm not going to stir up a narrative of hate, but what I will say is that a lot of the crimes are an example of just inadequate target hardening. From an inadequate awareness, people think it won't happen to them. So throughout the series, I'm on hiatus at the moment, but once I get back, I'll be doing free risk assessments of people's homes and vulnerable people's homes too, to make sure that they don't fall victim of a home invasion. Like, there's nothing worse than having your home invaded. So I'll be doing things like target hardening, how you can position different plants around your windows, even little tips like that. And also for the elderly, not to go into the same routine every day. Especially the elderly, the vulnerable. But the crime stats are alarming at the moment in Australia in relation to home invasions. People are being robbed while they sleep. Now, there are certain methods that we can use, there are certain things we can be put in place. And as I do the risk assessments, we will make sure that it actually sums up and equates within the law of what you can actually do in your home to protect yourself. There is nothing wrong with having a can of fly spray by your front door or by your back door. You know, you're just using it to kill insects that might come into your home. Perfectly justified. And you might also be a smoker and have a lighter that's near that fly spray. Or, you know, like an accelerant. That's perfectly justified as well. You go on outside, you leave the lighter at the door by the fly spray when you go outside to have a smoke. You know, like, for God's sake, we don't have guns to defend ourselves like our American friends. So in Australia, we've got to be smarter. We've got to actually look at that. Bella had 230 home invasions. My God. Casey, 370 home invasions. It's like, what is going on down there? And I tell you what, if they decide to move further up north, where I'm from, they'll be getting a lot back, and I dare them to invade my home. I'll have a few surprises for them. Now, some people are resorting in desperation due to laws to defend themselves, especially the vulnerable, on homemade tasers, bringing in illegal tasers from overseas. Obviously, it's up to you whether or not you want to use that weapon to defend yourself, but if you're scared enough, like really, you're going to cop a charge to possess a legal weapon. That's possibly better than copping a bashing, but I'm not encouraging anyone to adopt any illegal activities on this channel. What I will be doing is making sure that the predators out there have less prey items to prey upon. That is my wish, that is my legacy, that is my redemption to this country. You know, like I made my formulation in the army, I was proud of my country. And then I went into the police where I saw so many victims of crime that said, if only I did this or if only I did that after the fact. And that is through this series where I'm going to use all that knowledge, all that case file knowledge, to improve the way you walk, the way you operate, the way you project yourself, to know what predators look for through my studies that I've done through behavioural science and now currently finishing off psychology, hopefully one day. So next year I'll be finishing off the degree that I've been procrastinating on for quite some time now. But what I will be doing is making sure that hopefully it is entertaining, hopefully I'm not boring you to death. And if I am, you're welcome to put it in the comment section and just saying you boring fart of a thing. But hopefully I will be giving you the best knowledge that I can. Like this poor guy here, like, who wants to see a disabled man? Who was in the area when it happened? All he had was cameras to defend himself. For God's sake. You know, like, I can understand why the Americans don't want to give up their Second Amendment laws. I really do. When you've got stuff like this happening. You know, like, you know, like, but the guy had cameras, he was disabled, it's the only thing he could have done. And it really frustrates me. It's like if I could have gone to his place before the event, I could have given him some tips on more of what he had of the cameras, you know, like to make him less likely of a target, because I think he was hit once before, if memory serves me correctly. So the police can't be everywhere. It's up to us guys as a community. Like, come on, you know, look after the elderly, look after the vulnerable. Like, geez, stand up. Too many people are worried about standing out rather than standing up. I say start to stand up. Don't stand out in your fancy car or your fancy clothes. Stand up for what's right and what is good. For God's sake, Australia and the rest of the world, Jesus. Sorry. All right, over and out.